Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to Meal Prep Monday, episode 41. We're going to be doing 4. I know I posted recipes for 5, and I do have ingredients for 5, but one of them I already have in the freezer, so I'm not going to walk through that one with y'all. That's the maple, I think it's maple pork chops. Maple Dijon pork chops. So that was already put away in the freezer. But you'll see those directions there. You can do that on your own step by step. It's really, really easy. The other one that I already have in the freezer is the Southwest Spice Pork Loin. I think if you've been with me for a while, you remember a couple of weeks back, H-E-B had those really big pork loins on sale, and I had bought a couple of them. I think we've done a couple of things with them over the last couple of weeks. This is the last of it. So that's what, I'm just going to spice this up. So this is already frozen solid. I'm just going to throw a couple of ingredients in there. Now, normally on cook day, I would throw the ingredients in it, but so I don't forget, I'm going to go ahead and this is only calling for a 1/4 cup of brown sugar and 4 tablespoons of Southwest seasoning. So I'm just going to put it in here on top. It's already frozen. Doesn't matter. It's not going to hurt the brown sugar or the seasoning. You'll just already have it seasoned and ready to go in the crock pot on cook day. So that's packed brown sugar, 1/4 cup. Just tossing it in there. And then your Southwest seasoning. Tossing that in there as well. And remember to put your instructions in a separate sandwich baggie before you double bag your meal, so it doesn't, the moisture doesn't leach your instructions, so you'll know what to do. You won't just have a mess. Put the instructions. Here we go. So on cook day, all I'm going to do is throw this in the crock pot, which I'm going to use my rock crock, 4 to 6 hours on high or 6 to 8 hours on low. Throw this in a baggie. I know a lot of you guys are going to be viewing this later. I just put these recipes in your grocery list. We did curbside, picked up everything we needed that I didn't already have on hand this morning. And this is not going to take long at all. There's 2 ground chuck recipes in this bundle. I have it cooking behind me, about 2.5 pounds. There's 1 chicken menu, the pork chop menu recipe, and then the pork loin recipe. But a week's worth, and most of these will have leftovers, so feeds 4 to 6 with leftovers for lunch. Just throw a side with it and you're done. Because this is a stroganoff, and the ground beef is stroganoff and an easy beef enchilada casserole. I'm not going to pull out the chopper for our onion. I'm just going to chop it up. Just give it a rough chop. And y'all know I usually add carrots to the ground beef, but I'm not going to. Morning, Cheryl. How are you this morning? I should say afternoon. Got started a little late. Dalton's in this week and rode with me to pick up curbside, so we decided to stop by Tia's on the way home and have lunch. Dump this in with the ground chuck. I want to say there's a sale at H-E-B on ground chuck this week. Y'all might want to check it out. I think the sale ends tomorrow. I want to say a family pack was like $2.77 a pound. If you like H-E-B ground chuck. price. I'm just using a mix and chop. I'm cooking this in the wok. This will easily do 4 to 5 pounds of ground meat. Like I say, I may have closer to 3 pounds. I did not weigh it, and I'm just going to eyeball it when I do the menus, when I separate it. And because I'm freezing it, I don't really care if the onions are cooked through, because the freezing process is going to soften them up. And then when I heat it up on cook day, they'll cook the rest of the way through. So my chuck's pretty much, all the pink is gone out of it. I'm going to turn it off. And then I'll transfer it to another bowl so it can begin cooling a little bit. Such a beautiful day outside today. I'm definitely going to get outside once I get this done for the week. So this is the scoop and drain that I'm going to use to transfer. So I'm leaving all of that drippings, all the grease in the pan. And I'll drain that off later. But this is a pretty handy little tool to have on hand for getting noodles, ravioli, different things like that out of boiling water. Or I use it mostly for this, for getting ground meat out of the pan. So I think I spent right at $40, and of course I went ahead and got the family pack of ground beef, ground chuck, and the family pack of chicken. So that's going to be probably another, I don't know, 3 meals. Probably another 5 meals, another 3 meals on the beef and another couple of meals on the chicken. So $40 plus the rubs and seasoning. I don't know, probably $60 total on 5 meals, which is really not that bad. It's well worth, I'm absolutely in favor of meal prep. It takes just a little bit of time. And like I say, I did curbside, so I didn't spend hardly any time getting the groceries. And this is going to take us, an hour tops. Okay, moving along. We got the Southwest Spice pork loin. That's already done. Let's move on to salsa chicken. So I've already got my chicken. I weighed this out. Got 2 pounds boneless, skinless chicken breast. All we're going to do is add a cup of salsa and 2 tablespoons Tex-Mex rub. And I'm going to use chipotle because I'm out of Tex-Mex. And that's the wonderful thing about these recipes too. Mix and match. Southwest seasoning would be fine. If you don't have those on hand, taco seasoning. About a tablespoon. I wouldn't put the whole packet of taco seasoning in there. It might be a little too salty. So a cup of salsa. Now this is designed for a quick cooker, but if you have an Instapot, you could definitely do it in that. Serve these in lettuce boats on cook day. And then 2 tablespoons chipotle. Oh, that one's not open. So I'm going to do this in I'll probably do it in the rock crock. I love the rock crock used in the slow cooker stand. Mix that around. Roll it up. You could serve this with soft tacos. as soft tacos or crunchy tacos, or even as a taco salad. Do my cook day instructions. I guess I could go ahead and cut all of these out. That's what I usually do, get these cut out ahead of time and get these done. And double bag, don't forget to double bag. Just in case you have an explosion, but mostly to protect against freezer burn. Which ours definitely don't stay in the freezer long enough to freezer burn. But let's say 3 to 5 months, usually about 3 months is a good rule of thumb. You want to get them eaten before 3 months. I've had a lot of my teacher friends do them throughout the summer, getting ready to go back to school in the fall. They'll work on them throughout the summer, and then they have their meals ready for the first half of the school year. Let me go ahead and cut these out. The stroganoff is one of my favorites. It's gonna call for egg noodles on cook day, but I've also done these with zoodles, and we've done it with cauliflower. With cauliflower florets or even cauliflower rice. It's really good with that. I have my mushrooms here ready to go. We're going to slice those up. And remember, you don't want to wash your mushrooms until you're ready to use them because they're like little sponges and they will get slimy. Don't wash them before you put them in the fridge. And kind of don't even want to submerge them. If they're super dirty, you want to quick rinse, but usually you can just brush off the organic material. Paper towel or a little brush. Grab my quick cut. Pretty cool for zipping through these quickly. You know, I very seldom buy sliced mushrooms. I like to buy the whole ones. You save a little bit of money if you buy the whole. And I'm pretty sure they put something on them, keep them from turning brown. Less preservatives. I'm pretty sure we get it whether we want it or not. We cut down on it. What we consume. A few more. Maggie's back at her post. My sous chef is laying over here on the rug. I posted that picture of her a little while back. In front of the sink. That's usually where she is if I'm in the kitchen. Even if I'm trying to wash dishes, she's right in front of the sink. Okay. Done with that, and that can just pop into the dishwasher. Done with the quick cooker salsa, back to stroganoff. So in this, with the fresh mushrooms, we're also going to put a can of condensed creamy mushroom soup and a half a cup of water. Soup going in. And then a half a cup of water is a little less than half the can. This is 10 ounces, so a little less. And I do that just to kind of get the rest of the you know, the soup out of the can as well. Now remember, when you start adding water and more liquid to the bags, you want something under the bag to keep the bag from tipping over, making a mess. Oh, we did that the other night. At a friend's house, we were prepping lots of them. We were trying to get done quickly. We ended up with a super big mess. Chicken broth everywhere. And we're pros. Pros, we've done that a lot. Okay, we need a teaspoon of paprika. Way down to teaspoon. Paprika. This is the stuff, you know, when I was little, I thought the only thing you do with paprika is sprinkle it on top of deviled eggs. We use it for all sorts of things. And a 1/4 teaspoon of black pepper. Now, this is something I'm just gonna guess at. I don't know, about 10 cranks, Christy. 10 cranks. My son says, I don't know that you can put too much pepper in it. I think I already got the medium, got everything. Oh, the 3 onion rub, and I'm out of 3 onion rub, so I'm using the French onion dip mix. Now I know this is a little saltier than our 3 onions, so I'm just gonna put 1 tablespoon in it, but I think this is gonna add a nice little kick. It's got some of the same ingredients that the 3 onion rub has. So, we'll just try it. Try it. Again, Mom's Test Kitchen. And now for our meat. This one gets 1.5 pounds. So rather than half it equally, the other one only gets 1 pound. So I'm going to try to put a little more in this one, a little less in the other one. More. This is still pretty warm, so I'll leave this out a little bit longer. Maybe I'll mix it up in the bowl and then transfer it to the bag. And this is ready to go in. Now you don't want to put, you want it to cool completely before you put it in your freezer. Mostly because you don't want it to bring down the temperature of anything that's already in your freezer that's frozen. So I'm going to leave this out until it's completely cool, room temp, before I put it in the freezer. Okay, and this is stroganoff. Stroganoff bag. And then last but not least, we have, now this is one I haven't tried, beef enchilada casserole. I'm looking forward to trying this one. We have a pound of lean ground beef, a 10-ounce can of enchilada sauce, a 1/2 cup of thick and chunky salsa. This calls for 12 yellow corn tortillas, but I have the street corn tortillas, and we're going to use those instead. This says to cut into strips, but I'm thinking I'm just going to leave them in that size. Teresa, if you watch this later, I sound like you. I think I'm going to do it my way instead of what the recipe says. Well, I'm just thinking since they're already small, so I think I'm just going to leave them like that. And then our cheese, oh, and also 3/4 cup of water. Okay. So with the ground beef, in goes the enchilada sauce. I wonder if this, let's see. Oh, this can be done on the microwave. or the crock pot. You can cook it in the crock pot. I'm definitely putting it in the rock crock. The layer, the corn tortillas, the meat mixture, shredded cheese into 2 layers, and then cook. And really all you're doing is heating it up. I look forward to trying this. Serve with sour cream, maybe a side salad. Anything you would put on tacos, I'm sure. Would be good. And then, can I do any more? Add the salsa. 1 tablespoon of Southwest seasoning. We're using the chipotle. And then a half, 3/4 cup of water. Oh, I'm sorry, Max. I don't think she even woke up. Kicked her in the nose. She's still snoozing. That's definitely going to help cool that meat down. And the cheese is going to go in a separate bag, and then the tortillas in a separate bag. And then you'll put it all into the 3rd bag, the double bag. Okay, sounds good. I'll just go ahead and put that last little bit in there. There we go. And voila, what was that? Maybe 30 minutes. So we got 4 meals prepped in 30 minutes for about 60 bucks. 5 meals, 60 bucks. Work's done, pretty much. All I have to do is put this in a bag when it cools. It's pretty cool. And into the freezer. Thanks for joining me. Remember to let me know if you watch the replay later. I'd love to know that you watched it. And you guys, let me know if you try the recipes, if y'all enjoy it. Remember, in order to access it, you don't have to scroll down, down, down. You can go up to the top, find the files, click on the files, and then listed. For some reason, it will only let me load 1 file at a time, so you will have to access them one at a time. But you'll see 1 for groceries, 1 for recipes, and 1 for cook day instructions. So try them. Let me know if you like them. Y'all have a great day and a great week. I'll see you back here Friday for Air Fryer Friday. Bye-bye now.